I masked up the panels on the underside of the aircraft that I have to paint in black. There is a heap, and it's about as much fun as masking up weapons as you would expect. But to make life easier, as you can see, we got the jagged shapes. I recommend getting some of these Infinity cutting boards. You see this one's got triangles, squares and whatnot, or the one you can see by the state of it. I've been using it for years and I've done heaps of work. These are actually one of the best tools I've ever bought. So getting into the thin lines in between these panels that you can cut. This goes from 0.4 of a mil up to 1 mil strips, and you know it's straight. I used to, like everyone I guess, just put it on a board and cut it with a ruler, but this just saves time. You get the width you want straight up. So I'm gonna paint these panels in. I'm going to use NATO black. The instructions called for semi-gloss black, but like I mentioned earlier, to go with the weathering of the aircraft, I'm going to use NATO black. It looks dirty, a dirty black. And then I'll gloss that in to protect it. And then I got to do the top of the aircraft. So I got same again, some of those mesh panels. I'll have to have a closer look at that. There's no distinct panel lines that it's painted on there. I might have a look online, see if I can see a couple of images to get an idea of why they're painted like that. And a couple of hours later, I've finished spraying in these panels. I've had a gloss clear coat. This panel on the nose, the instructions, it's not painted in, but online images, a lot of them have it painted in that or darker color. I just did the black. Even this panel here, the bump on the nose, sorry, I don't know what it does. It some of them are also painted darker colors, but I just left it on this one. So that's about it for painting. I'm doing touch-ups, but I'll move on to putting decals on. I've already, I don't know, you can see I've done the pylons on the wingtips. The other day I did put all decals on the drop tanks and all the pylons, so they're done and completed already. It's just do it in 2 or 3 sessions to break it up. As you can see, there's, well, it's not as bad as a Phantom, but there's a heap on the sides. Not so many on the underside, so I'll probably do the underside, let them dry off before I head up to the top and the sides. After I do that, I might start painting up the acrylic rods and how I'm going to put them in the base. I need to, because I'm having it on an angle like that, the length from the board to the aircraft engines will be different, obviously, because of the angle. So I have to keep, when I paint them, same distance so they're even, and I'll have to cut off I'll cut off on the bottom to the keep the length right. But getting there. It's I'm pretty happy so far how she's going. Starting to look the goods. I've done the decals on the underside. Not a lot, like I said, but they're hard to see. They're all small. But and I just did the nose section up to that panel line there. So next session will be the top and the sides, or it might be 2 sessions yet to see how I go. I've painted up my acrylic rod. So what I did, I used Tamiya clear blue. Don't mind the tape and the marks, so using that to line it up with where it's all got to sit on the board. So I sprayed the blue. I just use normal thinner. I use Mr. Leveling thinner. Then I mixed clear yellow and clear orange together and did heat bands. And then I used XF2 flat white and did rings. But that was a bit stark to the other colours, so I went back over it with the clear blue, and I gave it a clear gloss coat. Same again, just whatever clear you use. Doesn't have to be acrylic. I just use Mr. Colour Super Clear 3 with Mr. Leveling thinner to gloss it. So I'm going to let them dry overnight properly, and then tomorrow I'm going to glue them into the board, set it at the right height and whatnot. So slowly getting there.